Good morning, Nixa Chamber. Good morning. Was that good? No one's ever asked me to do that before, and I've never done it before, and I'll probably never do it again. But that was just for you, Rich, because you showed back up here. Good morning, everybody. If you're out in the lobby, I encourage you to come inside and get in line for food. If you are in here, I encourage you to eat your food and listen to what I'm saying. We got a lot to get through today. Whew, I think I say that every single month because every single month we have a lot to get through. I am not sure why there's a bucket of pens right here, but I'm going to move it because I don't need it. Okay, first thing we're going to do, sorry for those of you who are in line, we're going to go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't have a board member anywhere near me, so I will start us. Wait, Cindy's close. Come here, Cindy. Come lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. That's what happens when you sit close enough.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. Cindy loves doing that. She loves being put right on the spot when she was eating food. All right, for those of you who are standing in line, we're going to continue on with our program, and you're going to just listen while you're in line, because if we wait, we will not get through it all, which is wonderful. First things first, second thing second, we already did the first thing first. If this is your first time at a Nixa Chamber lunch, please stand up to be recognized, and no liars. If you're in line and it's your first time, just raise your hand. Very good. Welcome, thank you so much. I hope people were nice to you. One of the biggest pieces of feedback that I get from the Nixa Chamber is that we are incredibly welcoming. So I don't know who's spreading that rumor, but we should just continue it. Continue that rumor to be spread that we're very welcoming people. It's one of my favorite things about our chamber is you walk in the room and like 18 people greet you as you move your way into the main room. So it's great. I love it. It's a wonderful thing that has been a part of Nixa longer than I have been a part of Nixa. So, I have one announcement before we jump in. Actually, that's not true. I have two announcements. The first one is our sponsorship drive is open. We had a very exciting October 1st in the chamber office. The sponsorship drive opened at 9 a.m. on October 1st, and me and Cayman, our offices are close enough that we can yell at each other and hear each other, and we just kept refreshing our computer as sponsorships were being taken. It was very exciting for us. It happened for like 3 hours, and then it slowed way down. But those first 3 hours were very exciting. Anything that is still on the sponsorship drive is still available. So if there's something that you're like, hey, I don't know what I want to do, but I want to do something, jump on there. It's there. And if you grab it during the sponsorship drive, which goes until November 21st, you get that 10% discount off of the price of the item. So if it's there, it's still available. Any questions about the sponsorship drive? Because I don't want to rush through that too fast if someone's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, it's hard. There's a lot of movement happening. I'm assuming it's not hands being raised. Yell at me if there is a question. Okay, cool. My next announcement, which I don't have a slide for because it's just that easy to remember. Next month, we do not have a general membership lunch. We don't because instead of that lunch, does anybody remember what we have in November? Lead Ozarks! Thank you! That is our leadership conference we started last year that is growing and growing and growing. We have almost 150 registrants for Lead Ozarks. Last year we had 80. That's telling you about this event. It's going to be a phenomenal full-day conference. We bring in our local leaders, people who are killing it in their positions in our communities, to teach us how they're doing what they're doing. It's very unique in that sense. It's jam-packed. It's just good content all the way through. So I highly encourage you, if you have a series pass to the general membership lunch or the Working Women in Nixa lunch, if you have a series pass to either of those things, you should have been emailed a discount code, I don't know, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, a while ago, in May, 5 months ago. I was getting there. You should have been given a discount code to use for Lead Ozarks to get a nice big discount off of your tickets for that. So if you haven't used it, go in and register, use it, so we know that you're coming and we can plan on you. All right. Any questions on that? Because we're going to move along. Perfect. If you are one of our welcome table or our 2-minute spotlights today, I'm asking you to please come to this side of the stage and line up. Is this stage left or stage right? Stage right. I was not in drama as a high schooler or an adult. That way, stage right, if you're one of my 2-minute spotlights. And also, pretend like you don't see Modern Woodman on that list. Don't ask questions either. Okay, cool. So, we're gonna run through these like we always do, and then we're gonna jump into our community updates. Well, no one else is up here, so let's go.
Hello. We are representing Christian County 100 Club. Christy is also sharing her spotlight time with us to a very important event that we'd like to invite you to. 100 clubs are actually nationwide, but Christian County 100 Club was birthed about a little over 4 years ago. And today we want to invite you to our annual gala. This is an event that has been sold out for the past 3 years that we've had it. And we had to make the difficult decision to go outside the county to get a bigger venue to invite more of you to participate. We raise money solely for the purpose. Should a first responder lose his or her life in the line of duty while serving in our county, we give financial support to that family. Before I go more on information about the actual gala, I want Christy to share with you, not only as a first responder, what this gala means to her, but also she's an advisory board member to us who has put her heart and soul into this event. Christy?
So, show of hands, how many in here wake up, go to work, and fear the risk of death every day? Maybe one hand. I know there should be a couple over here, but they won't admit to it. So, it's not anymore if it happens, it's when it happens. Guys, there's been 113 line of duty deaths across the United States. That's once every 2 or 3 days. That's way too many. So I'm here to talk a little more on a personal level, and bear with me because I can speak about the ambulance district all day long, but this hits home. My husband woke up this morning and went to work for Ozark Fire. It's a 48-hour shift. Do you know what I do for the next 48 hours? I pray. I hit my knees and I pray for 48 hours that those red and blue lights don't show up to the front door of my house and his chief is knocking at my door. Because when he knocks at that door, do you know what that means? My husband's not coming home. So my passion for this 100 Club is because of that. Those 113 people, that's 113 husbands, wives, children, mothers, fathers that will never get to see that first responder or that loved one again at the careless acts of somebody else. And guys, it's happening, and it happens all over the nation every day. So what can you do to support us? Become a member, join our banquet, and just be there for our first responders.
Thank you, Christy. Straight from the heart of a first responder with a first responder family, too. So a lot of you already know about Christian County 100 Club. Raise your hand if you already have a ticket or sponsoring a table for this year's gala. Raise your hands high and proud. Thank you so much. If you see the flyers on the table, you will notice that our diamond sponsor is Ozark Chevrolet and our platinum sponsor is Bewley Custom Homes. Now, we have more sponsorships available for your business or you as an individual would like to participate in this gala. We too want to recognize you, and so we ask that you go ahead and register. There's a QR code on there. Put your information in there. It will describe the tables. If I could take a moment, if you are a board member of the 100 Club, could you please stand up? We have Doug Twigger. He's our founding president and board member. We've got Julie Mercer. She's also a board member. We've got Jeff Snelling. He is our gala chair and board member. If you have any questions for any of us for the gala, we are your people to get you in touch with that. So we greatly appreciate everybody's support. This evening is amazing because it's one evening we have sold out for 3 years, and we're going bigger this year. We will have a silent auction, a live auction, and a dessert dash. If you are also wanting to contribute auction items, please see Christy and Jeff as they are coordinating those events as well. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, everyone. You look so handsome out there. I am Stella, the ladybug with Chilton's Environmental Termite and Pest Control. And I know we're eating lunch, so I'm not going to go into the bugs that we kill all the time, although we do. We kill a lot of bugs. What I want to talk about more than anything is I am a woman-owned, debt-free business, 30 years this month. I am so extremely proud. I've been a part of the Nixa Chamber for 30 years as well. That's the first thing we did when we started the company was join the chamber. We are having a ribbon cutting to celebrate on the 29th. Please let us know if you're planning on coming because we are going to have some snacks. And the worst thing in the world is have a get together and you don't have enough food for everybody. So please let us know and come and help us celebrate. We would love to have you there. Just the only thing about pest control is we can do anything that the bigger companies can do. Our method might be different, but I'm telling you, we're not the highest. We may not be the cheapest, but we're always going to be fair and we're always going to do a good job. So please come to the ribbon cutting and help us celebrate.
Jason, did you want to say a couple of words? Jason was playing our music when we walked in today. I don't know if you noticed, but it wasn't like a playlist. It was Jason. So here we go.
Get the corn out of my teeth. I just wanted to add a little bit of a vibe and some energy this morning. Chamber was kind enough to let me come in and just play some songs for you. I offer some dueling pianos, but I feel like that can be just a one vision thing. Ernie Biggs, downtown Springfield, and I played there for a long time, and they helped me get my musical start. And then was a jump start to my career. I own my own business, but I just want to make sure everyone knows dueling pianos can be a very classy professional option. From just something really simple, I just used my backdrop as an advertisement today, but I would not set that up at an event. Can be background music, and that's what we were going for today, just a classy background atmosphere for you guys where you came in and started eating. But it can be very, very entertaining, high energy, very intrusive, very interactive. I think a lot of times when your employees come, they just want to get their gift and leave at the Christmas party maybe. For Christmas parties, we can keep people around, make it worth your time for planning that special annual event. I do a lot of private parties, just talking to somebody about a private party in their home this morning. But then we can really cut loose like you've seen the dueling pianos before, and I was at the Empire Fairgrounds this last weekend. But I travel all over the Midwest. I'm going to be in Iowa and Kentucky for my next couple events. But I love when I can stay local and I can come home to my girls at night and just be here. So just want to offer a professional, classy entertainment option here in our community, from something simple to an entire dueling band experience. So I appreciate giving me a couple minutes today and letting me play some music for you guys. Thank you very much.
Jason played for us 2 years ago at the gala, and that was a party. Just gonna say it. It was a lot of fun. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed today. You probably don't. You're probably not like me. You're like, this food is different. But we had a brand new caterer cater today's meal. It was the grill guys from Republic who cater. Who knew? Is it good or is it not so good? Should we invite them back? I actually haven't eaten it yet, but it smells good. So I'm very excited about we like to add caterers to our list. And of course, always a huge thank you to McAllister's for the tea and a huge thank you to this space. North Point has really elevated this lunch for us. We have so much space to grow, and I love it. And it's just fancy. I mean, it's really, really nice area for us, so we appreciate all of that. And of course, all of our sponsors, Jenkins especially, who has sponsored this event so well. And Bethany, I had to say it. I don't even know where Bethany's sitting. There she is. I ran to the restroom before getting up here, and I heard just rapid fire names of who was walking in. I don't even think you had to ask anybody who their name, just bam, bam. I was like, okay. Bethany's never giving up that mic. She knows everybody now, so she does a really good job announcing everyone, which is great. All right, moving on to our community updates. So if you're a community update person, go ahead and head over here to this side of the stage, and we'll get you going in the order in which you are received. Fancy. That's how we do it these days.
Thank you very much. Oh, you're good. All right. Who else didn't get the memo that we're having barbecue and wore white? If you're not wearing it, it's not good. So this must be really good food. So I think it tastes really good. So just a couple of quick announcements we're going to get through real quick, and then I'll turn the mic over. But we got a few events coming up that I think you guys might be interested in. Matt in the Parks Department will be hosting Spooktacular coming up on the 24th. That'll be from 5:30 to 8:30. So bring your kids out. There will be lots of vendors giving away lots of candy and things like that. It's always a great event, and we always have a great turnout. So make sure you bring your kids out to that. And then the next major event we're going to have is the Mayor's Tree Lighting. How many people's been to the Mayor's Tree Lighting? A lot. Yeah, that event continues to grow larger and larger every year. Something really cool this year we're going to have as a new addition, we're going to have an ice rink this year. So how many people like to ice skate? Yeah, you do? Awesome. We'll see you there then, right? That'll be December 5th. It'll be from 5 to 8. We'll have the ice rink set up by 5 o'clock. We'll have school choirs will be there. We'll have hot cocoa. As we do every year, and then we'll end the night with a fantastic tree lighting. So we're looking forward to that event. And then the next event will be December 7th, will be the Christmas Parade. That'll kick off at 2 o'clock. That'll start off there at the X Center. Is that correct, Matt? End at the junior high. So you can jump on our website to see the actual route, and you'll be able to see where to set up for that. So that's an exciting event. And then the last thing I have is I just wanted to say a thank you. I know last month I talked about the PD groundbreaking for the new police department and invited people out. We had a fantastic turnout. So very exciting. So I just wanted to thank you all for being there for that. So thank you.
For those that don't know, I'm Johnny Williams. I'm the Western District Commissioner here in Christian County. I've got a lot of information to spit out, so I'm going to try to go quickly. Today I'm just going to talk to you about the ballot that we have going forth for the use tax on November 4th ballot from the county. So just to explain that, the use tax is a 1.5% tax from the county on purchases that people make online from out of state. So to give you a little bit of history with the use tax, originally when you would start purchasing things online, you didn't pay any tax at all. So the state of Missouri came in and said, oh my goodness, this is killing us financially. We're going to see where this is going to continue to grow. And so the state of Missouri said, yes, this is very important to our local communities. So the state of Missouri said, now, instantly, without vote, you have to pay sales tax when you purchase something online from out of state. But then the state of Missouri said, for all municipalities and all counties, you have to put it to the vote of the people in order to get your portion of those funds. So on the Western District side, the city of Nixa, Clever, Highlandville, and Billings have all passed the use tax. And so the use tax, the state has their percentage, then the city has their percentage, and then when it comes to the county has their percentage. It's no different. So what we're attempting to do is level the playing field. So our local businesses right now, if you go into a local business and you purchase something here in the city of Nixa, you pay the state tax, you pay the city tax, and you pay the county tax. Well, so the local businesses have to charge that tax. But you can go online and purchase something from Chicago, Illinois, and have it shipped. You would just pay the state tax and the city tax. So what that's doing to the county is just slowly we're seeing a younger generation that's coming up. More and more people are continuing to buy online. And when you do that, our sales tax numbers then start to decline because people aren't going to the store. This year, current up to date, we're at 0.26% growth from last year's sales tax revenue, which is very stagnant, as you can see, as we're moving forward. The other second big hit that the county got is it went all the way to the Missouri Supreme Court, was the stacking of the tax of the marijuana tax. It was removed and said that we could not do that, so we have to return $500,000, and then we can no longer get that revenue as well. So as I begin to work on this to see exactly how I wanted to word this use tax to see how we could generate more funds for the county, I also wanted to look at a way to give back. And so when I dove into that to see about what we were going to be pulling in, it gave me the idea that what I could do was, in return, is take the Christian County portion of your personal property tax and we could roll that levy back. So the commissioners, we vote every single year based on the numbers of whether or not we're going to roll the levy up or back or keep it the same. And so we do not have the power to just take that levy and roll it up as much as we want to. It's based on a number, a calculation per the sales tax. So to tell you how far we are behind, this year when we voted, we could have raised the sales tax revenue about $250,000, which is roughly 25%, because the commission the last 3 years we have denied raising it and kept the levy the same, which I think it's very important to do. I do not like to raise taxes. I think that if we're going to raise taxes and we're going to generate those, I want that to be to the vote of the people, not from the vote of office people. So as we move forward, what we're going to do if we're able to pass the use tax is we're going to take your Christian County portion, because that's all we have, which is 0.044%, and we're going to roll that levy back to 0.01%, which would be about a 77% decrease in your personal property taxes from the county's portion of that if we're able to pass the use tax and generate more funds there. So I know it's a ton of information and really quick. The next question was, somebody said, well, if you roll that back, can't you just turn around and raise that levy right back up once it's passed? The answer to that is no. And the reason that is no is because the levy can only be raised based on the sales tax revenue that comes in, and it's a calculation per a percentage. So if we're generating much more sales tax, we would not be allowed to raise that levy based on the numbers that are coming in, if that makes sense. And if we haven't increased it the last 3 years when we know we need those funds, we sure the heck ain't going to do it. And if I do it, please vote me out, because I don't deserve to be there. So does anybody have any questions on that? I tried to go as quickly as I could. Barb? That is correct. Yes, you do want the use tax, and if you vote no, no, you do not. That is correct. Any other questions? And feel free to catch me afterwards if you guys do have any questions. I know it's a lot of information quick to throw out there. So.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Annie Zimmerman. I'm the Care to Learn Director for Nixa Public Schools, and this is Ashley Finley. She's going to be speaking about some things that they've got going on at the high school here in a second. But first, I just wanted to give you a couple updates about Care to Learn and some things we've got going on. There's a little event happening this Saturday called Boots and Bling. It is our largest chapter fundraiser of the year. We're super excited to host all the members of our community that are working together to help take care of our kids' health, hunger, and hygiene needs. We have a handful of tickets left for the event, so if you are interested, I encourage you to visit our website, caretolearn.org/Nixa, and under the events tab, you can see the ticket purchasing link. I also just want to give a shout out to all of the people who are kind of involved with this event right now. So just by raising your hand, if you are attending, you've already purchased your ticket, if you are a sponsor of the event, if you have donated an item to our event, would you please raise your hand real quick? And just kind of look around. We've got a lot of people in this room that are supporting our chapter, and I love that, and I thank you guys so, so much. Finally, I would also ask if you are a current advisory council member for Care to Learn Nixa, would you please stand up for just a second? I want to recognize these people. They are the heart and soul of the planning committee to put this event together. And if you are maybe interested in going, but you're not sure, I encourage you to visit with one of those people before you leave today. They can answer any questions that you might have about the event and what we do as a chapter. They're fantastic advocates for us, and I appreciate them all so, so much. Last shout out, Alps Pharmacy is our presenting sponsor. We could not do this event year after year without their loyal support, so I want to say thank you to them. We also have the donor of our featured live auction item in the audience with us today. Callahan Heating and Cooling has graciously donated a residential HVAC system that we will be auctioning off at the event. So we're super excited to have their support, and we thank you so much.
Thanks, Annie. Annie is an amazing human. I know you guys all know this, but as a school counselor, she is the person that you want running Care to Learn. She is a great, where'd she go? She's so fast. She's a great advocate for our kids, and I just appreciate you a lot. Okay, so my name's Ashley Finley. I'm the college and career counselor at Nixa High School, and we have been doing a lot of really exciting things involving real-world experiences and hands-on career experiences for our students. I think it was about this time last year that I came and spoke to you about starting the Registered Youth Apprenticeship Program. And I just wanted to kind of refresh your memory on that and let you know where we are with partners and students in the program, and just remind you that I'm always looking for more people to partner with our students. So Mr. Cornish is in the back there. He's one of our assistant principals. He's another point of contact for you if you are interested in working with us involving real-world experiences for our students. So the Registered Youth Apprenticeship Program is a partnership through the Department of Labor where our students are working in a field that is related to something they might want to do after high school. It is a paid position, and you do the hiring of the student. So it helps students earn a certificate as an apprentice from the Department of Labor. It allows them to see if this is a good career fit for them, and it helps you grow your own in your business. Right now, we currently have 8 partnerships throughout Nixa with the ATO Center for Performing Arts, Alps Pharmacy, Art Zone, Christian County Emergency Management, Daisy's Imagination Station, Morningstar Academy, Nixa Schools, XLT, and Extreme Exteriors. And we are also working towards partnerships with Code Ninjas and Studio V. At this time, I have 20 high school students that are registered in the Youth Apprenticeship Program and are working towards an apprenticeship in the area of pharmacy tech, teacher's aide, a unit health coordinator, and stage technician. So if you are a business that ever hires high school students, we need to have a conversation. This is absolutely zero extra work for you. It's a great opportunity for our students to get some hands-on job experience, and it helps you, like I said, grow your own employees into who you want them to be, and hopefully they stay with you and stay here in Nixa. So, Ashley Finley at Nixa High School. I have some cards, I have some flyers. If you want to run by and grab one or throw your card at me, I'll just shoot you an email and say, how can I help? And hopefully we can get a partnership going. Thank you for your time.
Great updates, great words from a lot of our businesses, and we are going to jump into our presenting sponsorship now, which is with the Nixa Fire District. So we could welcome Whitney up here to do that. That'd be great. Yeah, everyone clap. Clapping is good. It makes people feel comfortable up here. You get the clicker. Yeah.
Switch hands. Okay. Hello, my name is Whitney Weaver. I'm Assistant Chief with Nixa Fire Protection District. Been with them about 20 years. And I've been tasked this year to kind of lead our campaign, if you will, for a little tax question on the next ballot also. So I really want to just present this in a way for where we've come from and where we're going. So from some recent achievements we've had, we did pass a bond in 2014. If some of you were here and voted for that, we appreciate that. That went to build a new station, Nation 5 up north. It took some pressure off of our central station. And we also bought a KME ladder truck that is still fully operational and everything. In 2022, which was a little bit early actually, we were able to go ahead and ask to repeat that bond, no tax increase kind of thing, and got that available for about $6.4 million, I believe. We're able to get new Station 1. You may have seen it behind Popeyes, next to Caesars. We got one new fire truck, one engine, and put it in service in 2024. And then also, some of you may have been, and I hope you are able to come and reserve our community rooms at our new training center, which was the old Fire Station 1 here on Main Street. So those rooms are available if you have anything that you need. Now, with that, the first bond, we saved enough money that we were able to put in the driving pad there at our training center on Main Street. Both Station 5 and the KME, the ladder truck, came in early and under budget, so we were able to go a little bit above and beyond. And now with the second bond, we're also able to buy a second new fire truck, and that should be coming soon, probably within the month. So again, our track record is we always have delivered on time and under budget. It's been the same leadership for most of these, and will continue, I hope. So what I'm looking for, one is the transformation. Where do we want to go? What do we want to do? Some immediate improvements for that question on the ballot. One is we are really struggling with our compensation and trying to keep it competitive to the areas around us. Several departments have increased and their salaries up, and some of them are over $10,000 from what we can pay our firefighters a year. So that's not only pulling new recruit firefighters to some of those departments, but it's enough that there's a possibility we're going to start losing ours also. We'd like to enhance some of our staffing, staff up Station 1 in center of town, and Station 5 up north. Add a few more captain's positions, so those will just be new captains. Promotions, that's what it is. Another dedicated fire inspector, we do have one, it's part-time. If you've met Ben over here, you probably have. He's a go-getter. He's almost done with his inspection, so now we're having to look for other stuff for him to do. But great guy. We'd love to have an inspector sometime in the next few years that can just dedicate their time to more fire prevention and education to really kind of kick that up here in Nixa. And then we have one final truck that's still a 1996 Rescue that we would like to change. So that's what we're kind of looking for in the next few years. When we get up to around 2030, what we're really looking for and what our kind of vision is that one, we'll have great equipment, which we have a great start on that. We always have had high expectations. We're going to continue that with some rigorous training standards. Because we have that training center, that's been a dream of ours for close to 15 years now. We want to have an on-site academy. We want to train our own firefighters, do some specialty or specialized certifications, and then leadership development. We want to be a recruitment destination. We want firefighters around this area, when they think of joining the fire service, they want to come to Nixa. And then lastly, we want to be the county and regional leader. We want to set the standards here in Nixa for the rest of Southwest Missouri, for the other fire districts. So some business protection. Why is it a value for you as business owners? One, obviously, property protection. The faster the response, the faster we can get there, faster we can save your inventory, save your building, reduce the water damage. Faster response also helps with shorter downtime, so we can try to get you all back open as quickly as possible with better training, better outcomes, some hazmat possibilities, and increased hazmat. Property values, strong ISO, which is the insurance rating that most insurance companies use. We're currently in number 3. As you go up, as you go up, 4, 5, 6 goes all the way to 10, which basically means you have a fire department, but they are bare minimum. Fire department is a 10. There are several districts, I know, at least in Stone County, that are 10s. We are currently a 3 inside the city limits and a 5 right outside, or basically if you're farther than 1,000 feet from a hydrant. It's the easiest way to put it. So, professional fire service obviously attracts quality tenants. Insurance companies recognize the quality of firefighters and the good fire service. It does have a direct business impact. Again, right now we're a 3, which is considered really strong. Some rating factors, how that works is we have about 50% of the ability to change it. So 50% of that rating is fire department, 40% is our water service. Luckily, we have a wonderful city that works with us to really build that, and they've had a great system that has really scored very high with that too. And then 10% is communication, so emergency 911 and dispatching. Just some examples, warehouse manufacturing, with our rating, we're probably saving anywhere from $200 to $800 a year. Retail offices, maybe $150 per 100,000 property value. And then multi-tenant, obviously, it's going to be pretty good savings for multiple units. So again, without the staffing, which we need to increase due to the growth here in Nixa, can usually affect that ISO rating. With experience, the ISO rating can drop. And just overall training. So some economic support that we hope to look for and hope to get is one, obviously professional emergency services. We have always put a lot into our quality schools, strategic location, skilled workforce. Currently we have a development boom. We have over 1,000 new housing units that are currently under construction or on the books to be constructed. Quite a few new businesses, some restaurants and stuff coming in. And then we hope to provide that growth. We're not just a fire service, but it really is part of the infrastructure that many businesses look for when they come to Nixa. So some of the issues affecting us currently is one, we've lost about 40% of our firefighters in 3 years. That's what our turnover has been. Not solely on the salaries, but I can tell you it's not helping with some of the area salaries around us. That salary gap is hard. We've had a 229% call volume increase since 2006, so we've been from about 1,500 to, I'm sure we'll push 5,000 this year. And that's on 3 stations, running anywhere from 12 to 18 calls a day. Some risks that we might have if we're not able to continue with this vision is some of the specialized services, inspections, some technical rescue, things that we wouldn't be able to afford in the future if we're going to try to keep our employees. Increased turnover definitely means experience. So we have, I think, close to 40%, 30 to 40% of our current firefighters that have less than 2 years experience. And that's really, really tough in the fire service. It's tough for our officers. It's tough for me as a chief officer to be able just to put those guys out on a fire or an emergency scene and know that they have that knowledge and that experience just to do what they need to do versus me having to almost kind of guide or keep a much, much closer eye. So it raises the stress for all of us. Incident challenges. We are frequently hit with multiple calls at one time. So 3 stations, we can easily handle 3 calls, but that clears us out. So if we have 2 medical calls in a fire, 2 medical calls in an accident, anything like that, the district is wiped out of firefighters for other emergencies. We have had up to 4 and 5 at a time. So it does get very difficult. We have great mutual aid agreements to try to bring in other districts, but it is a challenge. So some quick facts. How's it going to affect you, business owners? One, we're asking for 25 cents on the $100 assessed valuation, and I want to touch on that. The assessed valuation, assessor appraised value of your business is different than your market value. Okay, this is on your homes and your businesses. The only way I can tell you to get this real number is to look at your tax information online, look at those receipts, go to Christian County Collector, pull it up and find out what your business, home, property, everything is actually valued at, because that's what the tax is. Don't think that, I just sold my house for $350,000. That's what I'm getting taxed on, because it's not, trust me. Return of investment, obviously better emergency services protects your investment, some economic development, attracts new businesses, and obviously, what are you going to get out of it? Professional fire protection 24/7, some hazmat response, if needed, fire code inspections, ensuring safety. Not your favorite thing, I know, as business owners, but we do it to save your businesses and save lives. We don't want to see you in court for a fatality, a fire fatality in your business because your exits were blocked. The exit signs weren't working. Somebody tried to grab a fire extinguisher and it just puffed. Those are kind of things that we really look for and why we do what we do when we're coming in inspections. It's not to say, hey, we want to, charge you a ridiculous amount of money to get this stuff replaced. It really is to try to save and keep us going. That fast? She said she'd walk near me. Little price comparison. So, valuation, just real quick, just an example. Chamber of Commerce, it's worth $215,000 according to the county. Don't know what you guys bought it for, but it is. So, the increase for them, 25 cents, is about $14 a month. If you look at McDonald's, they were valued at $1.1 million, and they'll go up about $75. So, if anybody got a $1.1 million, you're going to get hit about $75 a month. So, let me skip through. She didn't walk towards anybody else. And I know they went over. But, so Fire Protection District, questions if you have them. White shirts, badge. See us. There are some flyers on the tables with some of those facts. And then we do have two town hall meetings, October 25th and 27th. So, thank you.
That was amazing. Thank you. I gave you a couple of minutes of leeway. I apologize for the slow walk. At this time, I'm actually going to turn the mic over to somebody who's going to turn the mic over to somebody else. I know. It's kind of a secret. It's not. Coach Perry's going to come up here. And he's going to explain to you guys kind of what brought about today and our speaker who's going to be speaking with us, and give you a little bit of information and then introduce our speaker, I'm sure. I actually have no idea what Coach Perry's going to say, but it's going to be great, right? Perfect.
All right, thank y'all. First, I would like to thank Ashley for working with the school to help make this happen, Samantha with NEF, and we had some folks that helped NEF bring Walter to Nixa, that being Jocelyn Baldner with Central Bank, Chance Potts with One More Benefit, and the Hennigers with United Plumbing. They helped make this day possible. I went to a football clinic in Iowa last spring. And the very first session that I went to was a guy named Coach Jim Galowski. He was the head coach at the University of Sioux Falls, which is a Division II school. And his talk was about the shark mindset and a book that he had read, Swim. And I thought it was awesome. I thought his talk was great. I thought his message was great. They had won more games that previous year than they had won, in the past. And he credited a lot of it to this book and this shark mindset. So me being me, I order the book as I'm sitting there. I read it when it comes in, and then I go on a hunt to find Walter Bond. So I locate him, get his phone number, email, reach out, develop a relationship, have him on the podcast, and just thought, man, this is awesome. And I think I actually put Walter and the guy for the University of Sioux Falls in contact with each other, where he's been able to make contact with that guy. So from that, what I have learned is Walter Bond is a phenomenal human. His story's fantastic. He was an NBA player for a while. And then I think what makes him really unique is, some people have issues transitioning, when your identity is an NBA player, and you've got all this fame and recognition, whatever. I think he was actually the only player to be an undrafted day one opening day starter in the NBA. So his story is phenomenal. But what's really great is he transitions from NBA and turns himself into a Hall of Fame, world-class motivational speaker. If you have not been on YouTube and Googled Shark Mindset, it's about a 10-minute video. It is phenomenal. So without further ado, I'm super excited for Walter to get to share with us today and share with our community. So Walter Bond.
All right, thanks, Coach. All right. Hey, let's give it up for Coach Perry, man. Let me tell you something. If Coach Perry does not reach out and do what he does with a great personality, you just love him right away, I would not be here today. So let's give him another round of applause. Now, what I'm not going to do is tell my story, and here's why. We have a community event tonight at 7 o'clock, and I want you guys there. And tonight we're going to share my Hall of Fame keynote that I've delivered all over the world that put me in the Hall of Fame for motivational speakers, only 200 alive. Now, we're going to talk about business in just a moment for about 30 minutes, but I need you there tonight. Grab your kids, grab your husband, grab your wife, grab grandma, have her grab her wig, grab her teeth, whatever she got to do. Come on out tonight, let's have some fun, because I'm going to tell the story of how I made it to the NBA. I'm going to tell the story of how my wife and I met, but most importantly, it's going to be inspirational, motivational, and it's really the foundation of what we've been able to build over a long, long time. So make sure you're there tonight. Raise your hand if you're coming tonight. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Let me tell you something. Grab one more person. I'm just telling you, just grab one more person, and we're going to have a great time tonight. So what are we going to do today? I gave Whitney a promise. I'm going to hold this about 30 minutes. And what we do as a company, we help organizations crack the code. Now, to make it to the NBA, you have to agree that it's really, really hard to make it in the NBA. You guys agree? I did some research. There's only been 5,000 men to ever wear an NBA jersey in the history of the NBA. And we're talking about a global industry, right? So the question is, wow, how did I make it to the NBA? I had to crack the code. Now, when I left the NBA, to be perfectly transparent, I had never had a job. I put a resume together. I sat down with these HR professionals, and they started to piss me off. You know what they would tell me? You know, Walter, we like you, but we're looking for someone more qualified. I'm 32 years old. I got a wife and 3 kids. The only thing I could put on my resume was Dallas Mavericks, Utah Jazz, Detroit Pistons. And these HR people told me, well, Walter, we're looking for someone more qualified. I said, ma'am, I became the best in the world at what I did in the global industry at a young age. You don't think I can figure this out? He looked at me like a hostile witness. Well, we're looking for someone with more experience. And luckily, my wife and I were forced into becoming entrepreneurs, mainly because I could not get a good job to take care of my kids, and I'm so glad it happened that way because we stumbled into something, and so now we're able to crack the code for ourselves and our family, but most importantly, I want to come crack the code for you. Before I go any further, I have to introduce my teammate. I've been married for 32 years. Let's give us a round of applause. And you have to admit, when you play in the NBA, you see pretty girls all the time, you see cute girls all the time, you see gorgeous, you see beautiful, you see all of that, but I saw wife one time. Fellas, when I saw her, all I said was, yo. It was a one-word expression. Yo. And let me tell you how good God is. I'm in D.C., I see her at a party, we don't say a word together. I just see her. And I go to my friends, man, who was that girl right there? Who was that? Who was that? Everybody started laughing. I'm like, what's funny? When I said it, her boyfriend was standing right there. I was like, dude, my bad, I'm sorry. I'm just visiting. I don't have a clue who knows who. And I go back into a corner. But 4 months later, I'm trying out for the Dallas Mavericks. And my buddy said, hey, man, remember that girl in D.C.? I was like, of course. Dude, she just moved to Dallas. Are you kidding me? She just took a job with Dr. Pepper. You know what I thought? I want to be a Pepper too. We went out to one movie, and the rest is history. This young lady is basically the CEO of our company. She's our #1 coach. She's our curriculum designer. She does everything. She's our CFO, CEO, travel agent, and have produced 3 beautiful kids for me, and she's my baby's mama. Let's give it up for Antoinette over there. So I love chambers of commerce. I love the word chamber. You know, that's a powerful word. So basically, chamber means we're locked in here together, right? In this chamber of commerce. Coach Perry, I see this as a locker room. This is basically a locker room. I can't help it. I'm an athlete in my heart. Everywhere I go, I understand the world through sports terms. And right now, this is the locker room of all the business people in Nixa. So I came to do a locker. Hey, thank you for that one hand clap. Thank you for that one hand clap. So basically, we're going to have a conversation in the business chamber, and we're going to call this a locker room talk, because right now I want you to understand that you have not even scratched the surface of what is possible for your business. Let me give you what God says. I feel appropriate because I'm in the church, right? God says, I will bless you as far as your eyes can see. I will bless you as far as your eyes can see. I will bless you as far as your eyes can see. Can I ask you a question? What is your vision? When I was 10 years old, I touched the basketball. I told my mom and dad I'm going to play pro sports. My dilemma was I didn't know which one. I was a straight-A student in baseball. My uncle I was named after played Major League Baseball. He's 6'7", home run hitter. He was Aaron Judge before Aaron Judge. He died of leukemia when he was 29 years old, playing Major League Baseball, so my dad named me after his brother. Google him. His name was Walt Bond. I go by Walter Bond. He's 6'7", I'm 6'5". So baseball was my first love. And in football season, I figured I'm going to play in the NFL. I'm going to be a tight end. They called me hands. If I touched it, I caught it. Straight-A student in football. Basketball season, fans and parents would yell out, he's too old. Check his birth certificate. That kid is not 12. So at a young age, I knew in my heart I was going to play pro sports. I just didn't know which one. I played all 3, and it almost cost me. I played college baseball, and one of our assistant coaches saw me play baseball. He says, Walter, I get it. You're a very good baseball player. But you're on a Big Ten scholarship to play basketball. Can I ask you a question? Do you want to be a pro? Absolutely, coach. Well, if you want to be a pro, you got to choose. Are you going to always be a good baseball player and a good basketball player and a good football player, but you will never be a pro? That just makes so much sense to me. I walked away from baseball. And 2 years later, I was starting for the Dallas Mavericks. What is your vision? I got a chance to play 8 years of pro basketball, but it started when I was 10, because God promised me he would bless me as far as my eyes can see. You know what else I believe? I told my parents I'm going to make more money in business than I did in sports. As soon as basketball ended, I'm very thankful. My wife comes from a family of entrepreneurs. My family are preachers and teachers. If you come from my family, you are either a preacher or a teacher, and I married a woman who came from an entrepreneurial family, and she knew the vision. We're going to make more money in business than we did in sports. In 36 months, we doubled our NBA income. And people came to us, what's your secret? What's your secret? What's your secret? And I thought to myself, secret? We don't have a secret. I'm just being me, and my wife was just being her. What I realized, Nixa, on my way to the NBA, I learned how to become elite. I was learning how to become the best in the world at what you do. So when I got into the business world, just by being me and my wife being her, we shot right to the top of our industry, and all of a sudden everybody was scratching their heads and asking us questions, how did you do it? And we built a business, and we go around the world teaching business people just like you how to literally crack the code in your industry. So if you have a business with 20 or more employees, raise your hand. You have 20 or more employees, okay. If you have a business with 10 to 20 employees, raise your hand. If you have a business with 10 or less, raise your hand. If you have a business with 20 or more, raise your hand. Okay, good. So we have all different types of businesses. Let me teach you something very powerful. The only way I made it to the NBA was through the mastery of fundamentals. Could I play in the NBA if I didn't master how to dribble a basketball? I mean, think about it. The first thing you learn when you touch a basketball is what? How to dribble. So it took 15 years for me to master dribbling. Can you play in the NBA if you can't shoot the basketball? It took me 15 years to master shooting a basketball. You got to square up, get that elbow in. Got to square up, get that elbow in. Got to square up and get that elbow in, and let's follow through. Let's do it together. Square up. Come on, let's come on. Let's work on your jump shot right now. You're going to say, hey, we had a great time at the chamber today. I learned how to shoot a 3 today. Go home and wear your son out when you get home, mama. Square up, get that elbow in, and let's follow through. On the count of 3. Square up, follow through. One more time. Square up and follow through. 15 years it took me to master until I became worthy to become a pro. To become elite. I hope you guys are going to take notes today because I came to put some money in your pocket. I came to put some money in your pocket. If you're going to be the best in the world at what you do, you better have an elite mindset and an elite skill set. An elite mindset and an elite skill set. So you got to ask yourself the question, well, Walter, if I'm not elite, you got 1 or 2 problems. You don't have an elite mindset yet, or you have not developed an elite skill set. That's just the way I see the world. So when basketball ended, I had no money coming in, but I knew the formula. I have to develop an elite mindset, but I also have to develop an elite skill set. I joined the motivational speaking business. We watched game film. I asked all the people in the industry, who are the top motivational speakers in the game? I heard about Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, Les Brown. And guess what I did? I got all their videos, Coach Perry, and I watched game film. Oh man, I watched game film of Les Brown. I watched game film of Tony Robbins. I watched game film of Lou Holtz. And all of a sudden I was like, this is the best. This is the best. You telling me these men and women, I've studied their videos, you want to tell me these are the best and the best and the best in the world of motivational speaking? She said, yep, those are the best. I called my wife into the office. I said, babe, I got good news. We're about to be rich. That's what I told her. Here's my truth. I couldn't do what Michael Jordan could do. I just couldn't. He got big hands, he got long arms, he's explosive. He's just a freak athlete. I couldn't do what Magic Johnson could do. I couldn't do what Larry Bird could do. But I got so excited. Because when I watched Tony Robbins, I could do what he can do. When I saw Les Brown, I was like, baby, I can do what they can do. When I saw Joel Osteen and all the famous orators and preachers and teachers in America, I said, baby, I can do what they can do. So from day one, the vision was to become a Hall of Fame motivational speaker. So can I ask you a question? What does your industry require of you right now? For you to become elite? You might say, well, Walter, man, you got to know your audience, dude. We're in a small town, man. This is Nixa. We're a suburb of Springfield. I mean, we're not even Springfield, dude. We're a suburb of Springfield. Well, what town is Walmart based in? Small town. I mean, most of our big companies in America were founded in small towns. God never said, I will bless you as far as your eyes can see if you're in a big city. Did he say that? He said, I will bless you as far as your eyes can see if you're in the right town, right suburb, right geography. No, God says, I will bless you as far as your eyes can see. So where you're located geographically does not matter. Can I get an amen? So what does matter? Your mindset. The Bible says, as a man thinks, so is he. The Bible says, take every thought captive and bring it into the obedience of Christ. If you really think about it, the mindset is everything. So can I ask you a question? Do you need help with your mindset to become elite? Because if you wake up in the morning and say, you know what, we just have a little small boutique art shop. You know, we just serve mix-up. we just have a small catering company, nothing too big. We just have a small little. And every day you open up your mouth, and that's what you say. We're just going to have a small little. That's not what's happening with the football team. Am I right, Coach Perry? Come on, we didn't come here and say, hey, we're just going to be a small little football team and go around town and get our butt kicked because we're a small little town. Coach Perry said, no, we Nixon, we about to kick some butt. Does that make sense? And what happened a couple of years later? Nixon's kicking some butt. Give them some credit for the vision of being excellent right here in Nixon. That's mindset, will you agree? Now they have the number one player in the country. God has honored and rewarded their vision. He's honored and rewarded their work ethic. He's honored and awarded their commitment to being excellent. So your mindset is everything. If you agree with me, raise your hand and say yes. But we also understand faith without works is dead. You got to have the right mindset. But you have to have the right skill set development through work. Does that make sense? I'm going to give you some examples of some clients that we have helped crack the code. Now, this is our number one client right here. Raise your hand if you ever eaten at Jersey Mike's Subs. I just stepped off the advisory board of Jersey Mike's Subs. This company just sold for $8 billion, and it was founded in a little small town in New Jersey called Point Pleasant Beach. But the founder, Peter Cancro, who's like a brother, had a vision. And he developed the mindset. He developed the skill set. And we spent a lot of time with him. And sometimes he just cries. He said, man, I just can't believe this happened, man. This is unbelievable, man. This is absolutely unbelievable. But for 50 years, he developed a mindset and he developed a skill set of how to lead, how to grow, how to empower. And my wife and I just acted as guides along the way. In fact, one time he got mad at me. I keynoted the conference in front of 3,000 people. Got a standing ovation. And I said, man, wait, I got one more comment. I got one more comment. This was 8 years ago. I got one more comment. And everybody got quiet again. I said, man, let's go kick Subway's butt. And all of a sudden, 3,000 people got quiet again. And I thought to myself, I just screwed up the perfect keynote. And I kept quiet. Before we knew, we heard a rumble. It's almost like I gave them permission to say, okay, wow, okay. Let's go and compete with Subway. That was 8 years ago. Right now, today, Jersey Mike's is kicking Subway's butt. The average Subway does about $500,000. The average Jersey Mike's does $1.3 million. And let me tell you something. Jersey Mike's cracked the code. If you agree with me, raise your hand and say yes. Not only did they change our lives, they hired 2 of our kids. Jersey Mike's did everything that is required inside the box. So can I ask you a question, business people? Let's talk about skill set that happens inside the box. Is it marketing inside the box? You agree? If you're going to be a business person, you better learn how to market. You agree? The way I look at marketing is just like dribbling a basketball. You are fooling yourself to think you're going to play in the NBA if you can't dribble. Am I right? You are fooling yourself to think you're going to grow a great business if you can't market. To me, marketing is just like dribbling a basketball. Marketing is simple to me. Everyone needs to know who you are. They need to know what you do, and they need to know how you do it. And the biggest challenge that most small businesses face is that you don't even know who you are. You're not clear on what you do, and you don't even know how you do it. You just wake up in the morning and work hard. Man, McDonald's, Target, all the great companies have mastered marketing, so everyone knows who they are. Everyone knows what they do. And everyone knows exactly how they do it. In fact, we can do it together. When it absolutely, positively has to be there overnight, who is that? You guys need to wake up. I heard it over here. FedEx. When it absolutely, positively has to be there overnight. Who is this? Always lowest prices always. Walmart. Have it your way. Burger King. So if we started talking about your company, does everyone know who you are? Does everyone know what you do? Does everyone know how you do it? The first thing my wife and I did, we started marketing like crazy when we started our speaking business. Why? Because if I don't know you, I can't buy from you. If I don't know you, I can't buy from you. If I've never heard of you, I can't buy from you. So can I ask you a question? Have you spent any time learning how to market? If the answer is a little bit of time, so you want to play in the NBA, but you don't spend time dribbling? That sounds crazy, am I right or wrong? You want to make a lot of money, but you don't know how to market? The next skill set I learned was how to sell. To me, selling is like shooting a basketball. That's a bucket. Don't leave me open. That's a bucket. Oh my God, don't leave me open. That's a bucket. I mean, you're looking for a motivational speaker and you're going to do a Zoom with me? That's like a sales opportunity, right? Oh, that's a yes. Does that make sense? When I left sports and got into the business world, I joined the country club. And the guy said to me, you're going to do great in business, and he walked away. And I said, hey, man, come here. I said, man, what makes you think I'm going to be so successful in business? He goes, you can't tell? Tell what? Everybody here likes you. I said, well, I'm a nice guy. My mama raised me right. No. You're going to do great in business, especially sales. Everybody here likes you, dude. That's an important part of selling. That's my very first business lesson. And ladies and gentlemen, my wife and I learned how to market, and we learned how to sell. We learned how to market, and we learned how to sell. We focused on marketing, and we focused on sales. I called 25 people a day, every single day, asked them to buy. I called 25 people a day, every single day, asked them to buy. I called 25 people a day, every single day, and asked them to buy. Let's do some simple math. Because as a ball player, I shot 500 shots a day, every single day. 500 shots a day, every single day. 500 shots a day, every single day for 15 years got me to the NBA. I got on the phone, my family needed it, we were going broke, and I got on the phone asking people to buy. 25 times 5 is what? Somebody need to get hooked on phonics. How much? 125. 125 times 4 is what? 500. 500 times 12 is what? 6,000. 6,000. 6,000. By me having the discipline of calling 25 people a day, every single day, asking them to buy, in a year's time, I asked 6,000 people to buy. You could have a horrible closing rate and still make a lot of money. If you agree with me, raise your hand and say yes. In 36 months, guys, I asked 18,000 people to buy. And that's the reason we doubled our MBA income in 36 months. We call them habits and rituals. Coach Perry will tell you, I'm pretty sure that most of his practices are very similar. Why? Because you create habits and rituals, players develop. Habits and rituals, players begin to grow. Habits and rituals, players begin to understand. And on the multiplication of mastering the simple, basic fundamentals, that's how you become a pro. Calling 25 people a day, every single day, I got really good on the phone. And so one day I had Buffalo Wild Wings on the phone. They said no to me 8 years in a row. But at this moment, I really know how to sell. I had called 18,000 people and asked them to buy. But I knew the data of selling. You guys know that 80% of deals are closed on the 5th to the 12th follow-up? 80% of deals are closed on the 5th to the 12th follow-up. 80% of deals are closed on the 5th through the 12th follow-up. Watch this. In basketball, you're taught to follow through, square up and follow through. In sales, you're taught to follow up. Buffalo Wild Wings said no 8 years in a row. But year 9, they said yes. You know what I told them? So I'm going to be the best speaker you ever had. I'm going to be entertaining and dynamic. I'm going to give your audience great information. Your only challenge is to find another speaker to follow me up the next year. And that's okay, because I can come back 2 years in a row. You know what she said to me? Well, Walter, I want you to know we had Magic Johnson last year. Love Magic. Magic is one of my favorite people. He's a great basketball player. But you give him a microphone, you give me a microphone, I'll wear his butt out. Mindset. Better basketball player than me. Mindset. But with a microphone, he can't do what I can do. Does that make sense? When we got done with the conference, Buffalo Wild Wings calls me back and said, Walter, oh my God, you and Lou Holtz were our best two speakers ever. What happened to Magic? If I don't follow up with Buffalo Wild Wings and understand the data of selling, I give in, I quit, I throw in the towel. But here's what happened. I keynoted Buffalo Wild Wings. They had just got bought by private equity. Some of their executives left and went to Blaze Pizza. Guess who I keynoted next? Blaze Pizza. Some of their executives left and went to Dairy Queen. Guess who I keynoted next? When I got done with Dairy Queen, they called me into a meeting and says, Walter, man, my people loved you. Our franchisees thought you were real, down to earth, very relatable. You were awesome. You know what? We do these town hall meetings. Would you be interested in doing our town hall meetings? Sure, I do town hall meetings for Jersey Mike's all the time. How many do you guys do? I do 50 for Jersey Mike's. They hired me for like a whole year. They bought up my whole calendar for a whole year. I helped them get to $8 billion. Well, Walter, we do 83 town hall meetings. 83. Now, if I don't follow up with Buffalo Wild Wings for 9 years, I never get to Blaze Pizza. I never get to Dairy Queen, do I? I understand business people. You have to have a vision, right? But you also have to have the right mindset. And you also have to develop the right skill set. We got so good at selling. We developed our own sales training. And guess what? We just closed the largest deal we have ever closed. We're going to take over the sales training for Aflac. Ladies and gentlemen, I've never had a real job. Let me tell you something. I understand how to develop the mindset, how to develop the skill set, and how to have the right vision. And I'm telling you, God will bless you, even in Nixa, as far as your eyes can see. Here's another client that started very humbly. You guys ever eaten at Dave's Hot Chicken? You guys heard of Dave's Hot Chicken? You guys need to hear about Dave's Hot Chicken. They just sold for $1 billion. And guess what? It started in the parking lot. Yes. 3 guys started frying chicken. All they had was a table and a fryer in a parking lot, and they just sold for $1 billion. And I'm going to teach you what they both had in common. They both have been our clients. Here's what we're going to talk about today. Most business people are one of these 2 categories. You're either thriving or you're surviving. Thriving means all your dreams coming true. You living your best life. You buying your houses, your cars, you taking trips, vacation. Mama got some bling. You sleeping good at night. You're not worried about payroll. Man, you're not even recruiting people. You just selecting employees because everybody want to work for you. If you're thriving right now, raise your hand. One hand goes up. We live in a world of the have and the have-nots. America is built on small business owners just like you. And I applaud the courage that you had to launch your business. But here's what happened. You're running your business based on your own intelligence. And your business has gotten far as you can take it. But I came here to speak to you in such a way today. If I can do it, you can do it. And if you hear my story tonight, it's going to blow you away. My true background, how I'm in this position, it had to be God. I would be a fool to try and take credit. So make sure you're there tonight and to hear my story, because I'm telling you, man, some mornings I wake up and pinch myself. But all the things we did right biblically are coming to fruition. And if you can do the right things, you should not be surviving right now. You should be thriving. So can I ask you about your vision? Can I ask you about your mindset? Can I ask you about your skill set? If those 3 areas need some work, raise your hand. If you need help in one of those 3 areas, raise your hand. Just be honest with me. Come on, we're family. We're in the locker room, guys. This is a safe space, right? If you need help with your mindset, raise your hand. If you need help with your skill set, raise your hand. If you need help with your vision, raise your hand. Come on, let's get to it. Don't want you surviving. God does not want you surviving. He wants you thriving. And here's my final example. Abraham, when he walked around, they knew he was blessed. Why? Huh? Man, Abraham walked down the street. It was no secret he was blessed. Man, who's that man with all those camels? Who's that guy, man? He got like 1,000 goats. Man, that dude got like 10,000 doves and sheep and oxen. And my God, he's blessed. You knew he was blessed. Does that make sense? Abraham was not surviving. He was thriving. And I'm telling you, if we do God's system, we can thrive. So let's get into what we want to talk about, mindset. I don't have time to talk a lot about skill set. I'm going to share this at the end. But your mindset is everything. Those two leaders of Dave's Hot Chicken and Jersey Mike Subs developed the right mindset. They hired us. They brought us in. And here's what we did. We transformed their cultures into training and development organizations. We transformed their culture into training and development organizations. Smart companies are training and development organizations at their core. So if you're going to be a smart leader, you better understand that you better develop a training and development culture at your core. Because if you become a training and development culture at your core, you're not just going to just recruit people. They're going to stay and develop, and they're going to become the best version of themselves. A lot of times people are trying to find good help. I'm saying go and develop good help. We call it the shark mindset because sharks are peak performers. Sharks have been running the ocean a long, long time, and there's a reason why sharks run the ocean, because you know what? They just move different. If you take your family to the beach, there's only one fish you worry about, am I right or wrong? That shark is an impact player, right? We're going to teach you how to become an impact player because sharks move different. Now, in the business world, this is a superstar. I don't care if you like him or not. You got to give him credit for being a brilliant business guy. The Bible says give honor where honor is due. This dude disrupted the whole electric car industry. In fact, I have an electric car. I don't have a Tesla, but I have an electric car. I'm done with gas. I plug my car in, I plug my cell phone in, and I go to bed. I have not been to a gas station in 5 years, right? So this guy just moves different. You agree with me? Raise your hand and say yes. How about this guy? He moves different. Raise your hand and say yes. Are they human? If we pull back their scalp, are we going to see wires? Are we going to see some robot? These guys are human, but they just move different. Warren Buffett just moved different. You guys agree? I played in the NBA. Michael Jordan moved different than me. I had teammates Karl Malone, John Stockton. They just moved different than I did. John Stockton went to a chiropractor 4 times a day on game day. Yes, you heard me right. 4 times a day on game day. His chiropractor would offer to adjust me for free. Walter, come on, let me adjust you. Why not? It's paid for. You know what I would say, Nixa? I'm good. I was 24 years old, big ego. John Stockton, the greatest point guard ever, was giving me the keys to the kingdom. You know, my response was, I'm good. I'm good. He played 19 years in the NBA. I played 3. And I was good, but he was great. I was really good, but he was Hall of Fame. If I can go back in time, I would have hopped on that chiropractic table so fast. Stockton did not retire because he lost a step. He only retired because they would not let him wear those Daisy Duke shorts anymore. John Stockton swore by his chiropractor, and John Stockton moved different than me. Karl Malone lifted weights every single day. 6'9", 256 pounds. I would walk by the weight room, Coach Perry. Hey, young fella, come get a lift. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. If you see Karl Malone today, he can go suit up for somebody right now at 63 years old. I was around greatness, and I can honestly tell you, they move differently than me. And one day I'm in practice. Jerry Sloan calls me over. Hey, Coach, how can I help you? Check with the trainer. He has your plane ticket. We're going in a different direction. That's all he said to me. That's how I get cut. Right in front of my whole team. Hey, Walter, come here for a second. Yeah, Coach, I can help you. Hey, check with the trainer. He has your plane ticket. We're going in a different direction. It took every ounce of power on inside of me not to cry in front of my teammates. I literally picked up my bag, walked out the gym, and it was over. It took me 15 years to become, and it was over in 7 seconds. Here's why. I was a good ball player, but I wasn't great. You're good in business? Ooh, that's dangerous. Oh, you're a good caterer? Oh, that's dangerous. Oh, you're good at framing art? Oh, that's dangerous. If you can get anything from me, do not be content being good. The whole goal is not to be good. The whole goal is to be great. I got cut that day. I went home and cried in my wife's arms and said, babe, I'm going to be great at something. I don't know what. Because being good is a dangerous place to be. Being good got me cut. I played 3 years in the NBA. You guys know what that represents? An average NBA career. The average NBA player plays 3 years. Taught me a valuable lesson, Nixa. It is very dangerous being good. On cut day, Karl Malone was not worried. Am I right or wrong? On cut day, John Stockton had nothing to worry about. On cut day, I'm sweating pins and needles. Why? Because I was good. These business guys I just showed you up here aren't good, are they? They're great. Is there anything stopping you from being great? There's absolutely nothing stopping you from being great yourself, even if you live in Nixa. If you create a vision and develop the right mindset, develop the right skill set, and do everything that you should do as a business person and master the skills inside the box like marketing and selling and brand building, I promise you, you will become elite. I want you to take 2 minutes, take out your phone real quick. I want you to discover how you move. This is going to take 2 minutes. I'm going to wrap up. I want you to discover how you move. We call it the shark mindset movement because sharks move different, and I want you to take 2 or 3 minutes and just discover how you move. Please finish, press submit. You need to get some feedback on how you move. I'm a Mako shark. We have 6 different sharks that you can identify with. Take 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and let's figure out how you move. About 1 more minute, and we're going to wrap up. If you're done, raise your hand. If you're done, raise your hand. Okay, about half done. About 30 more seconds, let's wrap up, and then we're going to close out the program today. Make sure you press submit, because you're going to get the results back. Ten more seconds. Make sure you press submit. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to get some results back and a lot of information around the Shark Mindset movement. And I'm telling you, Jersey Mike's was transformed with the Shark Mindset. The founder bought everyone the book Swim. And every one of his franchisees read the book Swim. They began to incorporate what we call the Shark Mindset. Coach Perry loved the Shark Mindset. He's built his culture and locker room around it. And it has become a movement. And I'm going to share the Sacred Six, and then we're going to wrap up. Sharks never stop moving forward or they die. The reason why the sharks run the ocean is because they're relentless. They're resilient. I want you to understand those that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. As long as you faint not, you'll get your harvest. So it's very important for you to get this vision you have. You got to go through some adversity, which means you got to make progress every day, which means you have to become relentless. I made it to the NBA by being relentless. My wife and I built a global training and development company after never having a real job by becoming relentless. You can live the life you want. You can live the life you dream, but you have to be relentless. Sharks are relentless. They are always moving forward. Sharks never look down. They always look up, which means they're always looking for opportunities. They're very positive. They're very optimistic. That needs to be who you are. You should constantly look for opportunities. You should constantly looking for blessings. You should always believe that something's about to happen at any moment, any time. Let me tell you something. I chased Aflac for 2 years. And I asked the president of Aflac a question he couldn't answer. And as soon as he couldn't answer that question, I knew I had set the hook. And it took 2 years to bring this big well in. But if anybody here go fishing, where are my sucker day fishing guys out here? That was worth bringing that fish in, does that make sense? Sharks never look down, they always look up. Sharks are always curious and always learning. Sharks are the smartest fish in the ocean. What if you became smart in your marketing? What if you became smart in your selling? What if you became smart in your brand building? What if you became really smart in culture building? What if you became really smart on how to grow an organization? Trust me, I've never had a real job. I have no corporate background. And now I'm a top advisor and consultant to CEOs. Why? Because success is all around us. On my way to the NBA, I learned how to become elite. And everything I learned in sports directly applies to business. And our clients love us because we teach simple, basic fundamentals. Simple, basic fundamentals called blocking and tackling is why Nixon wins football games, right? If you do some simple marketing, some simple selling, some simple leading, some simple recruiting, some simple culture development, you can win as well. Sharks respect their environment and recognize other sharks. Your salary will be the average of your 5 closest friends. The smartest thing we ever did was join communities. I live in a community right now with 6 billionaires. My wife and I scraped up every dime we had, literally, to get into this neighborhood. One of our neighbors is the founder of Home Depot, just passed away, Bernie Marcus. Because fellowship is everything. So can I ask you a question, Nixon? Who you rolling with, dog? Who's your friends? Who's in your crew? I'm from Chicago. Your fellowship is life or death. Does that make sense? But now that we understand real fellowship, my wife and I live in a community. At a minimum, you're a multimillionaire to live in a community. And the fellowship is powerful. The fellowship is amazing. Your salary will be the average of your 5 closest friends. So if you don't like the money you make, you better get you some new friends. Sharks are always flexible. It's the best part about it. Sharks make adjustments. Peter Cancro, founder of Jersey Mike Subs, when COVID hit, he called me. He said, Walter, I'm a shark. I'm a shark. I got to pivot. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to feed all first responders for free. And we're going to give everyone in America a 50% discount. And I'm going to back up all my franchisees so that even though they give the 50% discount, I'm going to back up the 50% date discount. What do you think? I said, Peter, sounds good to me, man. You're a shark dude. And as soon as COVID hit, Jersey Mike's pivoted, and they took America by storm because all the first responders, all the essential workers got to go in there and eat for free. And we had no idea how long COVID was going to last. But when COVID ended, Jersey Mike's had grabbed America's heart. And they even have a day of giving. One day a year. Every dime made from Jersey Mike's is totally given away. I'm talking about every single dime. The founder had read the book. He knew the Sharks pivot. And he called me and said, Walter, we're going to pivot through COVID. And I'm telling you, that's when they began to kick Subway's butt, and it was brilliant. Finally, sharks always elevate their sucker fish. I didn't have enough time to go into this in detail. Hopefully you get some information through the email from your survey and follow it. I'm telling you, if Coach Perry loved the shark mindset, it's real, it works. It worked for Jersey Mike's. It works for Dave's Hot Chicken, and it'll work for you. So here's my antidote for you business leaders. Here's how I think you'll crack the code. And this is what we do for our clients. Smart companies become a training and development organization at their core. We turned Jersey Mike's into a training and development organization at its core. And the idea came from who? McDonald's. McDonald's built Hamburger University. And Hamburger University is the reason why McDonald's makes $187 billion a day. You guys know companies have gone down to mimic and copycat McDonald's. Procter & Gamble went and mimicked McDonald's. Well, if you can do this with kids who are C students at a high school, I mean, we're getting top professionals. Why don't we turn our culture into a training and development company? Procter & Gamble has produced more CEOs than any other company in America, and they mimicked Hamburger University and McDonald's. I sold Peter Cancro, the founder of Jersey Mike's. Let's do what McDonald's did, and let's turn Jersey Mike's into a training and development organization at its core. I'm telling you, if you turn your company into a training and development organization at your core, you'll begin to pull away from competition. SWIM is all about alignment and assignment. If you're going to build a great organization, you need to get everyone in your organization aligned and everyone assigned. If you as a leader can get everyone aligned and assigned, trust me, you will begin to kick the competition's butt. If you're out of alignment in football, you're going to lose. But if you're in alignment in football, you're going to win. Coach Perry, every day in practice, is working on this team's mindset, working on their skill set, and making sure 120 kids buy in and make sure they're aligned, and that's why they win. If you can do the same thing inside your company, trust me, you'll win. Here's my third and final thing before we go. Dominate where you are right now. Just dominate where you are right now. You're a florist, be the best florist in Nixon. You got a catering company, be the best catering company. I'm a global award-winning Hall of Fame motivational speaker, but I started in my backyard. My wife and I made a commitment. We live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Let's be the #1 motivational speaker in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And eventually that led to a global business. It happened in basketball. I had to become the best basketball player in my neighborhood. Then I became the best basketball player in the South Side. Then I became the best basketball player in Chicago. And eventually I became one of the best basketball players in the world. Dominate where you are right now. And finally, if I were you, when it's all said and done, if you learn how to sell, revenue will never be a problem. But if you don't know how to sell, revenue will always be a problem. My wife is over on my left. We have our offer for you today. I highly encourage you to take advantage of it. We're going to work with you for a whole year. We have 2 opportunities. One is what we call the Shark Mindset Guru. We're going to teach you everything that Coach Perry knows about the shark mindset and what he uses in his locker room. And we're going to take the next year until you become a shark mindset guru, just like Peter Cancro, just like John Perry, just like Dave's Hot Chicken. You can take this Sacred 6 and you can build a culture of alignment and assignment, and we will teach you how to do that in the next year. We have another sales training, and it's all about shark mindset selling. So we have 2 opportunities. We can teach you how to be a shark mindset leader, or we can teach you how to sell like a shark. And we have an opportunity for you to do both at a discount. Please see my wife at the table. We would love to bring you into our world, and so we can brag about you. And I'm telling you, I brag about Jersey Mike's. I brag about Dave's Hot Chicken. And I can't wait for you to join our community so we can brag about you. God bless you. We'll see you at the table. And thank you, Whitney.
Thank you, Walter Bond. Is that amazing? Was that so good? I can't follow that. So, oh, that's him. If he didn't look familiar. There he is. There's a picture of him right there. So that was amazing. Absolutely love that. Hope you guys take advantage in going over there and talking to them about what they can offer to you as a business. And thank you again to the schools, Coach Perry, for making this opportunity and bringing him in to speak to us today. We've got a couple things to wrap up. If you guys been here before, I'm going to tell you the end before we get there so we can just jump to the end here. We have our raffles we got to do. And we've got 2 raffles, and then we got to clean up. So once we get if you have a raffle item, go to that side of the stage. You're going to be walking up here. Ben, he's trying to get your attention there. So if you have a raffle item, come over here. If we have the tickets, I don't know who has them. There we go. These are, what color is the first one? Is it red or white? White is the first color. So if you have a white ticket, we're going to be doing the raffle items first. And then the red tickets will be the dollar raffle. The money raffle. So, Summer, you coming up to help me with this? Wonderful. In the box. Get in the box here. Perfect. Come on up on the stage. We're going to go through this pretty quick. So if you have a, what, white? Red? White ticket. White ticket, please.
Hello, I am Christine Ferguson with Extreme Exteriors. And of course, I brought, thank you, an Extreme Exteriors koozie and some other goodies. And I also really quickly want to let you know we are having an Extreme Boo Bash on Wednesday the 29th at our office. So come check it out. There'll be lots of fun.
All right, winner of the Extreme Koozie, 4577. 4577. And we're going to go quick today. Nice. All right, up next.
Hi, I'm Amy Fleming, Community Blood Center of the Ozarks. I want all of you sharks to swim on up to the blood center. Come see me and give blood.
That was awesome. All right, 4490. You're a winner. 4490. 4490. There we go. They're afraid of swimming. Come on, everybody.
Thank you. I'm State Representative Bob Titus. I represent Nixa, Clever, and Billings. And I am here today representing, I've got an American flag, made in America. It's a 3x5. It's Old Glory, and it's good for you. I've got 2 pocket constitutions. A good chance to get sharp on that.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much. Winner 4590. 4590. Going once, going, gone. All right, 4554. 4554.
Right,
I see a hand. Perfect. Thank you, sir. You know how to do this.
I'm Debbie with Basis Financial Group, and Walter said it right. Driving is better than surviving, and great is better than good. Come see us for financial planning. Our card's in here. It's the sweetest thing in this box.
Good plug. Good job. All right, 4522. 4522.
All right, right over there. Very good.
Perfect. All right, come on up, everybody.
All right. I'm McKenna Cowart with Alps Direct Primary Care, and today I have a little koozie and some other goodies in here. Also, a 20% discount to a membership, and also a discounted 50% off for a visit of your choice.
Perfect. All right, 4578. 4578. Alps' gift is going. Oh, we have someone over there. There we go. Perfect.
Brady Bewley, Bewley Custom Homes, and I have a Cutco knife, and it has our logo on it. So.
Perfect gift. All right, let's see, winner 4484. 4484. All right, perfect. Thank you.
Hello, Sandy Thompson, Children's Smile Center. I have some dental products and an Alps gift card. And when you go to Alps Gifts to redeem your gift card, you will see our brand new, beautiful building that will be completed by the end of the year.
Nice job. Children's Smile Center, 4523. 4523. You will have a nice, fresh, new dental kit. No, you won't. All right, 4598. Nope, back up. 4596. 4596. There. Oh. I'll put you back in there. Must have been this gift. It is. All right. 4583.
4583. There.
Two people raised their hands. Oh.
You're right back there. Yeah, you're
Okay.
right. Wait, isn't she out?
Check their tickets.
Wait, you are out. Stop.
Oh. It's okay. Alps is still amazing. What is happening? All right. 4616. There we go. Our piano. Yes.
Hi, my name is Cayman, if you don't know me, sorry. I have been putting together this little event called Bleed Ozarks. Hopefully you've heard of it. Sorry if you haven't again. If you really enjoyed Walter Bond today, you'll love Lead Ozarks. I am giving away 2 Lead Ozarks air fresheners and a $25 discount on a ticket. So who's our winner?
Oh, I don't know. 4609. Nice. Congratulations. Welcome, Trisha Chapman.
Thank you, Summer Lampy. Hey everyone, Trisha Chapman with Nixa Public Schools and ATO Center for the Performing Arts. This week is a big week in football world. It is the Backyard Brawl, and I just happen, yes, that's exciting. I just happen to have a Backyard Brawl t-shirt to give away today and a regular football season t-shirt. So, 2 winners. First one is 4549. Woo! And the second one is 4544.
Okay. Lucky table over there. Thank you, Nixa Schools.
Hey everyone, Bethany Dean with Jenkins CPA, and today we have some little sea salt caramels. 4597.
4597, you have a sweet treat. All right, there we go. Winner again.
Hi again. I am Stella, the ladybug with Chilton's Environmental Termite and Pest. Walter, I've been in business 30 years. You make me want to start all over again. That was awesome.
What are you giving away?
Lunch, Domino's, $25.
All right, lunch at Domino's on Chilton's Pest Control, 4510. 4510. 4510. All right, fine. They're not going to Domino's. 4527. 4527. There, he'll love it. All right, yes. Come on over here. I have to stay in the box, she said.
Christy Thompson with the Christian County Ambulance District. Today I have one of our retired CCAD shirts, a gift certificate for 2 CPR and first aid classes, and one of our brand new challenge coins for the ambulance district, never seen before.
That's really cool. All right, I just want to put a plug for Christy. Short. You guys, any help with car seats, please reach out to Christian County Ambulance. That's all I'll say there. All right, winner 4579. 4579. Perfect. Wonderful. All right, come on up here, Annie.
Annie Zimmerman with Care to Learn Nixa. I've got a Care to Learn goodie bag. It's got a t-shirt, a tumbler, some other little things.
Kinds of good Care to Learn stuff. 4521. Yes. Yes. All right, tell them what they win.
All right, Steve Chapman, Christian County Headliner. We're giving away a 1/8 of a page ad, $220 value. For $50, you can upgrade it to color. A great way to reach thousands of people all at once.
Perfect little offer that you do not want to pass up. We just learned this today. All right, 4494. Yes! Woo! Loving it.
Go talk.
Alyssa Greep, Oak Star Bank. You might be familiar with Audie, but I am new to Nixa, so the new branch manager. So come see us in our beautiful building if you have not. And I am giving away a mystery mug. Ooh.
A mystery mug. 4596. It's a mystery. Oh, good job, you two. Last but not least.
Hi, I'm Carlene with Christian County Enterprises. We're the sheltered workshop in Nixa for adults with special needs and disabilities. So if you've never come to see us, please give me a call and come take a tour. It's amazing what we do there. And I have a t-shirt here, and I have a gift card for $50 for Longhorn Steakhouse or Olive Garden or Cheddar's.
You even and get your choices. Perfect. All right, winner is 4606. That's Tony. All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you. All right. Sorry, we got one more thing. We got the red tickets. I don't know how much money we have in here, but there's some money in here. $49 is what they get. Hold that, please, for you. Don't steal any of it.
I won't.
And then the red ticket. Oh boy, I'm sorry. You get to pick this. Do you have tickets?
No, I don't.
Okay, here we go. Summer's gonna pull for this one. You get money if you have a red ticket.
There it is. These
Oh,
are the
me.
tickets I can't read.
7470972.
You are a winner.
Oh, hey! Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful month. We'll see you at Lead Ozarks next month. If you have time, please help us reset this room so North Point isn't here for hours and hours doing it.
Hey, so for cleanup, we have these little table carts on the side up there. We have trash cans all around the room. And then after that, we will be putting up our chairs. You will see there's some black lines on the ground. So if you have time to help, that would be awesome. Thank you.